our national team increased to 14 various medals in the championship with 5 golds, 4 silvers and 6 bronzes. Congratulations to our Finn swimmers. Yes, congratulations to our Finn swimmers, and we are very much delighted to have with us live here in the studio the technical consultant of the Egyptian Federation of Diving and Life Saving, Engineer Sharif Habib. Thank you very much for being with us, sir.
Thank you for you, and I am happy with you today.
And congratulations. For me, it was a real surprise to know that we grabbed all these medals with the presence of the heavyweight names in the field of, or in the sport of Finn swimming. Before going into details, to organize the tournament in the first place, it's something which really made me proud. Tell me about the preparations ahead of the tournament and how much time did it take?
To run a big meet like this in Egypt is really very hard, and we prepared the federations more than 6 months to prepare for that. Find lots of support for the Ministry of Sport with other federation like the Swimming Federation for the equipment, all working together to make this success. Mr. Sameh Shazi is the president of the federation. He have good experience about that because we already ran one like this in Sharm el-Sheikh 2019. So we have experience to run this kind of big meet by the Egyptians Federation for Diving and Life Saving. Sameh Shazli is board in the International Federation.
International Federation.
Yes, and he have experience about that, and the staff in the federation have experience around our facilities in the Cairo Stadium really is amazing, but we need something care about the maintenance. So the federations make this maintenance. So the Cairo Stadium was very nice in the competition. All the teams were happy by the facilities because you find one Olympic pool, and besides this, two pools for warm up and to cool down. This is amazing for them. And you know, in this place in Nas City, we have lots of good hotel around it. So this hotel is near. So all the teams were very happy because they don't have traffic in the transportation. Everything in 5 or 10 minutes will be in the competition pool. Good organizing. So I think we are.
We are not speaking about tens of people. We do speak about hundreds of people. The Finn swimmers, 394, in addition, of course, to their coaches, managing staffs, you name it. So we are talking about nearly thousands of people.
Sure, and thousands of people have lots of champions, and champions work hard around the year. So when you come to competition like this, you want to make a good result. So you don't like to see something, make for them trouble, make for them not feel comfortable when they concentrate about the races. So they're happy when everything moves smoothly and we enjoyed in this meet.
Great. Speaking about the competition itself and to speak about our juniors, when it comes to participating in a World Cup, this means this is a very fierce competition and in the same time a very heavy responsibility to carry the Egyptian flag, the Egyptian name, and to make sure that we are going to compete and compete with whom? With the heavyweight names. How have you prepared our juniors, whether girls or boys?
First, we select them from the national competitions. We select the first 4 in each event. And after that, we make for them like small camps, short terms in different cities around Egypt. And in the end, we make for them trials. And these trials, we choose 2 for each event, like our rules of this competition. These 2 in each event, we make for them camp for 1.5 months here in Cairo. And we start to prepare them for everything, for nutrition, for psychology. We try to put for them the suitable load for their age to prepare for them. We have 20.
Let's take it step by step, if you permit me. Before going into the details, you said that you are scouters. I mean, you were trying to find la crème de la crème, as the French are
Sure.
saying, from clubs or all over Egypt, meaning
Sure.
that there is no more centralization. It's not
Sure.
only about Cairo and Alexandria, for example. It's from all over Egypt. True?
True, some of the medals from Ismailia and Bursaid, so we have from different cities around Egypt.
And the age category?
Under 17.
Under 17. Sir, any swimmer can be a good or a talented Finn swimmer, or the technique is different, at least in a way?
The basic is swimming.
Great.
Everybody must know how to swim. After that, we are going to can use the fins, and sure, in each event or each in the normal classic swimming, we have 4 kind of competition strokes,
Okay.
like butterfly, backstroke, breaststroke, and freestyle.
Yep.
In fins swimming is different. So we have swimming by its name B fins. We have double fins in each legs, and we have by mono. It's mono. It's one fins, but put in the both legs in these fins, and you swim like kick like butterfly or
Yeah.
like the dolphin. So sure, to be talented and to be champion on this kind, must have good kicking, good core, because we use the core and when we move it. So sure, we have something different, not the same like the classic swimming.
Not the same, but which, for example, needs more fitness, which needs more mental and physical fitness, the faster reaction, for example, the endurance. Are there any differences regarding these things, or they are all the same?
Competition is competition in any kind.
Sure.
When you want to be champion, you must be ready, and to be your physical fitness is in top and mental fitness in top. Regarding fin swimming, sure, we need to concentrate about part in your body to be champion in this kind of sports, especially the core and the legs.
Yep.
And also when we use when you use lots of legs, your position and technique, you must have good flexibility
Yes, sure.
for your shoulder to take the good position.
Yep.
And the technique is very important. The coach gives good technique. It's both. If you want champion in the classic
I'm
swimming,
asking these questions, sir, now because now sports, it's an industry.
sure.
And it's based on scientific research,
Sure.
on rules. And there are all the time modifications even in the rules. So you would find Abu Hayf, for example, was swimming in a way, and now Marwan Al-Amash is swimming in another way. They are both swimming, and Abu Hayf is the legend we have. And we cannot speak about swimming in Egypt without mentioning those names. But still, every day there's something new. Every day there's some modifications. Every day we know about, for example, the DNA of the player,
Sure.
which needs a special kind of nutrition or special kinds of supplements, or even his blood type.
Sure.
Everything is related to the way we should deal with all athletes. And here we are speaking about swimmers. To what extent we are coping with these modern things or modern techniques?
Sure, we do it. We did, regarding what you said now about Abu Hayf, is the hero, is the legend of the swimming in the, around the world. But in his kind of a sport, he swim long distance over water.
Open water.
And this time we don't have anything regarding the degree of the water. I can swim a long distance, like more than 30 and 35 kilos.
Yeah.
Now the FINA make rules.
Yeah.
You can't swim in the water if it's cold, like more than this thing.
Degree.
So they not need the body is heavy like before, because this is when the body is heavy, so he can swim with the cold water. Also, the maximum event In World Championship is just 25K, and in Olympic just 10K. So now they make some control about that. Regarding
Yep.
what you said about DNA, we'll do it with lots of swimmers, and we have now very professional nutrition doctors and with psychology doctors. So in the industry, yes, swimming or in sport without science is nothing.
Yep. And with taking into consideration that we do have such a long time to prepare a champion. It's not between a day and night, as we say.
Sure.
And of course, talent is very important, but hard work is even more important.
Hard work, but we give the athletes the suitable training for his age and his ability. Some people thinking that they need to work hard all the time. Training athletes must need work and recover and rest and eat well and sleep. This is lifestyle,
Yeah.
not just load. This is what happened with our team. We put them in environment, give him suitable work for their ages and their experience, because two swimmers the same age, but the experience is different with them.
Yes, sure.
Their body is different than them. Not, I can swim with another swimmers, but the same event, but I need load different than him. Related my experience and
I'm not going to be that passionate, but let me tell you a statement which I heard from a trainer or a coach.
good.
Whether water loves your body, whether water loves you or water does not love you that much. You should make water loves your, to make water or to urge water to love you. This is very passionate, or this is maybe something which is suitable for us as Mediterranean peoples, as the Egyptians, the Italian, the Spanish. We are hot-blooded, as we say, and we are in love with water, with seawater. We are in love with the swimming or sea sports in general. But sir, here you are telling me that you do have a coaching staff for our juniors, for our teams,
Sure.
meaning a coach, nutritionist, psychologist, let me put it this way, fitness trainer.
Sure.
And what we are doing in the gym, for example, is not less important than
Sure.
the training sessions inside the pool or inside water. I mean, how much did it take to have this formula or this symphony? And psychologists in specific, because many of our athletes, unfortunately, they lose their temper or they are very bad losers. How to turn them into fighters and to think about tomorrow, not to think about a defeat or a title they lost today, for example, not to think about tomorrow and just to benefit from the lessons we have.
When the athletes win, they have challenge to win again, if you put in the right track. When we try to prepare these young athletes, they are still young, first time to swim in the World Championship, especially in Egypt, and with lots of fans, parents, and friends, and lots of people. We give them sessions how to go into the start and say hello to the fans. We give them, we make that regarding how to let them concentrate about their event, how to swim their event, not swim about who will sit in the other lane beside me. We let them focusing about winning. The president of the federation, really, Sameh Shazli, is also the champion in swimming. He know how to talk with them. He sit with them in the camp and support. We make trial each week, and he come to sit beside us to support the swimmers. We told them, you are the champion of Egypt, and what we will doing, we are happy by you, and we can do what you feel. So I think we'll try our best, and we have really very, very professional psychologist, professor. He's supported them and give them lots of session. Like what you said about the gym, we have very, very nice coach with his staff. We prepare them. We have also physiotherapy, because we use the equipment, and the equipment is heavy. Something, if we give them loaded, how to make for them prepare for the competition, also for recovery. Recovery is very important. We have
Sure.
masseurs,
Rehabilitation.
rehabilitations, and we sit with. So we care about all of this in this competition, and in the end, really, this result is a result of the science when you use it with this team. Is not just the medal. Medal is big things, but in swimming, the time is very important.
Sure.
So they make new record. These young swimmers make no new Egyptian record for seniors.
For seniors?
Yes.
Oh.
So they make big jump in time because they win the world championship for junior, but they make new record for Egypt for senior. So this team, I think this will be the future of Finn swimming in Egypt.
Sir, since you were leading the coaches in the federation and putting the strategies for them, or at least in collaboration with each other, of course it's that easy for you just when you see, let's say, 10 Finn swimmers, for example, to decide that this one is a champ. This one can practice only as an amateur or just for fun. True?
Sure.
How? What's the criteria of a champ?
His body suitable for swimming.
Number one.
He's floating in the water. His feeling by
Water loves him. This
Sure,
is exactly what I
sure,
said.
Sure.
Yeah.
And his feeling by the water, his mentality, his mentality, because a champion, he must forget lots of things and to concentrate for training. And this is mentality is very important. Mentality of the champion is, you can find very talented swimmers,
Yeah.
but his mentality is going for to be like this. He lose a lot.
He or she, of course, does not enjoy the professional's mentality.
Sure.
This is it. I mean, this is something which he or she can learn, or this is something inborn.
Both.
How?
Both, because young athletes must learn them, and to try to explain to them. You want to this medal, you want to be champion, you must forget lots of things your friends do it. In food, in sleep early, concentrate for your work, feel tired, you have the system of nutrition is very hard for these young athletes. They must follow it to keep their body ready to the competition. So lots of them, when we teach them, they follow and they will do it. And some of them, they can't. This is meaning they can't to be champion.
Omar Mahmoud, Ahmed Awad, Ammar Hassan, Ammar Ahmed, and Tariq Hassan. Remember the names according to what my dear guest said just now, that those are part of our future in this very special game, Finn swimmers. They are Finn swimmers who wrote their names in our history. They are going, inshallah, to be on top of the list when it comes to those who are claiming titles, achieving medals, you name it. True?
Sure.
Sir, I was also asking these questions because when it comes to the Olympic Games, we're all the time seeking medals. And we can achieve a lot on the African level, on the regional level, the Mediterranean Games, for example. But in the Olympic Games, there's something wrong. I don't know what is it. How to prepare an Olympic champion? How to make sure that inshallah, in 2 or 3 Olympic Games from now, we are going to grab medals.
Regarding Finn swimming?
Finn swimming or swimming?
Finn swimming is not an Olympic.
Okay, but okay.
Okay. Regarding my opinion, I am now more than 30-year swimming coach, 5 times in the Olympic as a head coach, working here and outside. 2 times take the first degree of merit from the, President Mubarak and the President Sisi. So I believe that I have involved in this sport.
And because of this, I'm asking.
Yes. We need to make long-term plan. Long-term plan, we make young athletes have 17 years old, prepare for them for 8 years. Long-term plan, not just last year before the Olympics, choose the champion of Egypt until this is will prepare for the Olympic.
Okay. Uh, when it comes, with all my respect, as we were speaking just before being on air, should I still consider that my player or my athlete can compete in international competitions, in World Cups, if he or she is leading the African ranking? Or this is not the way I should evaluate my players?
Some kind of sport, African champion is not very strong like the world and the Olympic. But
So,
so, but the coaching eyes and the experience vision who can select the talented and to prepare them because this is will be step. African champion is a good step, but to go into the international like world championship or the Olympic, it must be another way. We need again long-term plan. Long-term plan is not just I make select like what you said
a
before.
multifaceted plan.
You said something. DNA test. DNA test is like short.
It's not a routine.
Yes, this short way to understand my athletes.
Yes.
What is some of people thinking this is a DNA test tell the athletes which kind of event do it know, which kind of training
suitable for him
and nutrition suitable for him,
yes.
And how is risk for the injury, what they need for to prepare them, what the recovery
and his recovery time, his rehabilitation,
so
the way.
This is the science of the sport. Also, when I select good athletes and when our long-term plan fails something, not important. I can prepare them again because I selected professionally.
Our genome, our genetic code.
So going like not just make good result today. Oh, okay, I will take you. No, you fail. Maybe fail because they have injury, have something mentality. Maybe it's not his day. But long-term plan is not less than 8 years to prepare the Olympic champion.
Sports medicine now, it's part and parcel of the whole issue. I mean, unfortunately, we listen and we witness ourselves the myocarditis issue or the cardiac arrest for many of the sports persons, and this was very tragic in many games. And on the other hand, you would find people who are recovering that soon, but using, unfortunately, some drugs which cause them catastrophes. Luis Suarez of football now, unfortunately, there are rumors that he may lose one of his legs. And this is something which is really shocking for the sports world in general. And we listen to many stuff like that. Last but not least, for example, when I speak about the artist Ramy Ashour of squash, when he said goodbye to the glass court, he said goodbye because his knees defeated him. His body was not able to shoulder this burden again. But if you permit me, sir, I'd like to return back to Finnish swimmers, our Finnish swimmers, and to focus again on mental fitness, because for me this is very important. To make sure that we are teaching our athletes how to focus, how to separate themselves from the surroundings, how to make sure that only the lane is their target, and to have some trainings before going into the competition, taking into consideration that it's my lane, and even I do not listen or hear anything around me. How I can reach this point?
We did it. We have visualizations. All the swimmer now listen me. We did with them how to understand and visualization the race. We divided for them. You know, in swimming, classic swimming or Finnish swimming, the swimmer going to the calling room 15 minutes before the event. So you sit waiting the race. If you don't divide them these 15 minutes, what they are doing, their concentration, they lose it, and they are young. I believe what you said, and this is very important how the athletes concentrate about his event, and nobody can let them confuse, not concentrate on anybody, how to concentrate, and we did with them. Also about the sports medicine, because this is very important.
Sure.
Fence swimming, because use equipment a lot, they have lots of injury.
Yeah.
This team will prepare them, thanks God, all of them in this event without injury, all of them ready.
Great.
Really, our doctors and physiotherapists and the masseur prepare them very well, and the gym coach prepares them for that. So the swimmer, when you begin the start, feel ready without any energy, or concentrate, they make this result.
Great. But with the full cooperation between you as coaching staff, between the federation, and above all the families of our athletes, because this is very important, not to put some stress on them. I want my kid to be victorious all the time. I want to see him or her grabbing medals, because this is another kind of stress. How we had this kind of healthy relation with the families of the athletes to reach this stage.
At the end, families, they are the winners.
Yes.
Families is the key of success. No champion without support from family. I'm just tell all the families, love your son or your daughter, win or lose, love him, support him. Tell them, I am happy by you. This will help them a lot. Not just tell them, I need to win, I need to win, I need to win, because he need to win. Prepare for them his life in the training. Make for them time management between study and the training, and how to feel, have fun with his friend, not just the training. This is the key of success. The family must support by this way. Family.
So I'm going to give you a very harsh example, okay?
Okay.
Because I am a mom before being anything else. My kid, or my son or my daughter is a Finnish swimmer or an athlete who is going to compete, but unfortunately he or she had an injury. And a doctor came and told me, just one shot of cortisone and she is going to be great, and she is going just to recover that soon, and she will compete, and let's have let's try it. Let's have a try and see what will happen. What would you do if you found yourself in such a situation?
I'm telling the parents, these competitions, you can come again after months or 2 months, but your son is not.
It's not for trials.
Yes, this is all the parents did like this, or coaches. Some coaches, because they work hard with.
They do not deserve to be coaches. Amen to that.
Because some young coaches don't have experience, after they're working a lot with their swimmers or their athletes all the year, they are not feel happy when they have some injury like this, so they push them to because they need the result. This is not coaches, and this is not things. The athletes, he is the icon of this sport.
So the athlete is number one.
Sure.
And this is exactly what you're doing in the federation and
Sure.
with our athletes, with our Finnish swimmers.
Sure.
Sir, I enjoyed my time.
Thank you.
Thank you very much for your input, and I'm really happy listening to this, and I'm really happy for our Finnish swimmers. I'm proud of them, and inshallah they are going to achieve a lot and a lot. This is only a very first step in a long journey, and we're expecting that inshallah they are going to continue with a streak of victories. We were very much delighted and honored to have with us Engineer Sharif Habib, the technical consultant of the Egyptian Federation of Diving and Life Saving. Thank you very much, sir, and congratulations.
Thank you.
Before leaving, well, الزمالك النجوم, and this was such a surprise. Also, البنك الأهلي and الأهلي just a few minutes ago, they all qualified to the next round of Egypt Cup, the oldest football competition, and we will see who is going to grab it. By the way, الأهلي won by a sole goal of حسين الشحات against منتخب السويس, and I think this was a gift for Shahat after renewing his contract for 3 years with Cairo Red Devils. Well, We are going to end with another smile on the Egyptian faces and with their athletes and fencers this time. Our fencers are doing great. And in the African competition of fencing, which took place here in Egypt, they also did great. They broke more records. They grabbed more medals. And our camera was there, and we had some exclusive interviews with some of our fencers, Ala Abul Qasim, the Olympic champion, Muhammad Yassin, you name it. We are going to enjoy what they have said, and we are going to leave you with a promise to see you again same time on Nile TV International, always with more news, and we hope with all medals, with more medals for our Egyptian athletes in all games. With all my love, this was Nermeen Abdurrahman. Goodbye for now. Egypt achieved historic results by topping the table of the medals of the African Championship